Welcome to the Burley Class of 2020 graduation. The graduates are all with us and will each be individually recognized live later in our ceremony. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of our virtual guests that have been able to join us today, from parents, friends, families, and most of all, our graduates. We are so pleased to have you all here virtually to celebrate this wonderful class of 2020. During our planning for this event, we included core elements from our traditional ceremony, as well as some elements unique to the virtual presence, making today's ceremony special and unique. Today, we will have speeches from students, dignitaries, and staff, as well as student performances to recognize this class's accomplishments. Thank you for joining us. Graduates, today we celebrate you.
In graduation ceremonies around the country, the Valedictorian and Salutatorian are usually selected based on grade point average. These awards are defined as the people with the highest scholastic standing. At Burley, we have always valued and defined success as much more than just grade point average. We value leadership, kindness, consideration for others, and dedication to excellence. So for us at Burley, it has always made sense to break the general tradition. Our Valedictorian and Salutatorians at Burley not only excel at the highest academic standards, but also exemplify and model the true meaning of upstanders. People that actively look for opportunities to empower others and support high-quality choices within themselves and their community in every facet of the Burley experience.
In addition to excelling in all curricular areas, Ella is a reflective environmental advocate and activist for her community and the world around her. She is a quiet and gentle leader and a kind soul who cares about everyone around her. Ella always approaches challenges with a light heart, a positive attitude, and works tirelessly to include her classmates in each and everything. It is clear she values and embraces the Burley community. Ella is an incredibly hard worker, but never misses a chance to support her classmates, whether it be in a group project or on the basketball court. Please help me in congratulating our salutatorian of Burley's class of 2020, Ella Price.
Wow, what an incredible way to start this celebration, to see all of the graduates side by side one last time in front of our beloved school. My name is Ella Price, and I am proud to be this year's salutatorian. And now let me officially welcome you to the graduation of the class of 2020. We made it. Neither a strike nor a pandemic can keep us down. We have worked so hard for this moment, and all of our hard work has paid off. First, I would like to thank Ms. Plocker, Ms. Nash, and all of the teachers for putting this together and making our final farewell as special and memorable as possible. You have all worked so hard to not only make this transition to remote learning as smooth as you could, but to make sure that all of us graduates felt celebrated and honored. Even though we're physically apart, you made it possible for us to still be together on this special day. It's crazy to think that many of us have been at Burley for 10 years. We don't feel like classmates anymore. We feel like family, and I couldn't have asked for a better family to learn and grow with. Even though we're all going our separate ways for high school next year, we will always remember our time both at Burley and with each other. And when things get rough, we can take comfort in remembering the good times and cherishing all of the memories. There is so much special about Burley that I will miss, but the memories will stay with me forever. This past decade has shaped who I am, who we all are, and how could we ever forget that? I remember back on the DC trip when everyone on my bus started singing Country Roads out of the blue, and before we knew it, the entire bus was singing, including the bus driver. Or how on any field trip after 5th grade, we would sing Popsicle and Purple Stew. I also always loved how Miss Skibbo would make a theme for each year. We had the year of the eyebrow, the monocle, unicorn, and more. And although this year ended differently than any year before, we still get to experience graduation in our own special way and start new traditions, like the graduate videos on the Burley website. There is so much more I could talk about if time allowed. But if I were to go on about all of the amazing memories I have at Burley, we would be here all day. But before I go, I want to share a quote from Maya Angelou that sums up how I feel about this past decade with all of you. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. When we leave Burley and move on to high school, we may not remember every single lesson or assignment, but we will always remember the way Burley made us feel. Safe, loved, inspired, courageous, and heard. We are a family, and Burley has been our home away from home from the very beginning. I'll miss each and every one of you so much, but I am so glad and honored that I got to share this journey and celebration with all of you. Now go and enjoy the rest of our graduation. Thank you and congratulations.
It has been said that a great teacher inspires, creating hope and success where there was once fear and uncertainty. Teachers affect eternity. No one can tell where their influence stops. This moment provides me with the unique opportunity to express Burley's gratitude and appreciation of our heart and soul, our teachers, without whom none of this would be possible. It is my honor and privilege today to recognize a portion of Burley's tremendous team of educators that have influenced, challenged, and cheered on your children each and every day. Ms. Fournier. Ms. Fournier is the driving force behind the entire 2020 virtual ceremony, and without her, this wouldn't be possible. She regularly recommends books to me, the students, and the entire staff. She works tirelessly to ensure that each and every student has exactly what they need to be the best versions of themselves and is a true partner in problem solving for everyone in the building. Mr. McCormick has a zest for literature, enthusiasm for history, and an open-mindedness for everything middle school throws at him. He challenges students to reflect on their identity, group membership, and the imprint they leave on history in order to truly understand where they fit in the world. Mr. McCormick embraced remote learning and enhanced his technological skills overnight in this unique situation, and his commitment and dedication to his students is astounding. Mr. Medins. Mr. Medins' dedication and commitment to science and sustainability is unparalleled and permeates each student and person that he encounters. He challenges students to think big and encourages them to make small changes that can grow person by person and action by action and multiply it into movements that have the potential to change the world. Mr. Mitchell is our newest member of our middle school team, but you would never know it. He approaches each student and day in a positive and supportive way and challenges all of his students to showcase their best selves in the classroom and the community as well. Ms. Tremont. Ms. Tremont brings a passion and love to algebra and everything mathematical for all of our middle school students. She is a calming force in the midst of a middle school tornado of energy, questions, and successes. Ms. Tremont creates time and space for students to pursue their passions and helps them figure out why math truly matters.
Hello, Burley graduates. You made it. You completed 8th grade and you are on your way to new adventures in high school. This may not be the graduation you imagine, but don't let that take away from all your great memories here at Burley. Most of you have been here a long time. Burley is like a second family to you, and I know that makes it hard to say goodbye. Make no mistake, everyone here is going to really miss you. But they're also excited for what you will experience in high school, and I hope that you are too. My advice to you as you start this next chapter is to get outside of your comfort zone. Be open to new things and meeting new people. Surround yourselves with friends and mentors who will challenge you and who will help you develop your passion for music, writing, theater, and everything else that you've explored here at Burley. More than anything, I want you to continue reaching higher and striving to be your very best. This is your starting line, and there are no limits to what you can achieve. But remember, no matter how far you go, you will always be a very special part of the Burley Elementary School family. Congratulations, class of 2020. I wish you the very best of luck in high school and beyond.
Hey guys, David Ross here. I just want to say congratulations to Chicago, class of 2020.
Good morning, graduates, family, friends, teachers, and staff. I'm delighted to be part of an important day for the 8th graders across the 44th Ward. As you tackle high school and move on to college and eventually enter the workforce, you'll find it was the lessons you learned in grade school and the people who taught and guided you, the teachers and coaches, and most of all, your parents and families, that prepared you for what lies ahead. The best piece of advice I can give you is that when you get to high school, please spread your wings. Make special efforts to be inclusive and to connect with other students who may not think, look, or act like you. Realize that we're all on this planet together. No one person is better than another. Let's try to treat everyone with the same privilege that's been given to you. I think this is a special time for all of us to realize how precious every life is and how important it is to express yourself and thank, love, and respect each other for being part of your life. Please remember to be fair to all and treat people with kindness and respect. As you grow older, remember that no career is so important that you should stop dreaming big and take time to breathe in the fresh air. Life goes by sooner than you think. My wish for each of you is a life filled with a wonderful mix of a lot of love, fun, and accomplishments. Please speak up and be loud. We older folks need you now more than ever. God bless and good luck to the class of 2020.
Hi, Burley graduates. This is First Lady Amy Eshelman, and on behalf of my wife, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, I bring congratulations to the Burley Elementary class of 2020. It's an honor to be with you today. I know this year has been incredibly difficult, but I also know the Burley community has taken care of each other. So please celebrate that. Celebrate your accomplishments. Celebrate your teachers, parents, and even your siblings. And of course, cherish and celebrate the lasting memories you have made with your friends. One of my fondest memories of this year was visiting Burley for Read Across America Day. Reading one of my favorite books, To Kill a Mockingbird, aloud with some of you in Mr. McCormick's class was so special and meaningful to me. What I saw at Burley was that each of you are unique, thoughtful, and talented in your own way. So make time to cultivate and grow your passions, whether it is writing, drawing, singing, basketball, cooking, dancing, or something else. Your high school and the world are ready to embrace you and help you become who you aspire to be. As you set out on your high school journey, I want to leave you with a quote from Atticus Finch. I wanted you to see what real courage is, instead of getting the idea that courage is a man with a gun in his hand. It's when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. We have all needed to muster courage in this moment. As you begin a new chapter in your life, follow your truth. Don't be afraid to try, fail, and try again. Lori and I are so proud of you. We congratulate you and wish you success next year and beyond. Thank you.
The book that changed me was definitely Flooring Ulysses by Kate DiCamillo. I discovered this book when I was in 3rd grade, and I read it about 10 times. I loved it so much that Miss Lewis had to tell me to find a different book to read. I really discovered what it meant to find a good book that you can't put down or you just want to keep rereading because the story is just so good.
The book that changed me would have to be Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean, this book shaped the way I think about the world, the way I think about humor, comedy, you know. And it gave me perspective on like space and everything.
The book that changed me was The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. This was one of my favorite books when I was a child, and I read it a lot. And I always liked this book because it reminded me that no matter what you go through in your life, there will be always people who are there for you, who are willing to help you and care for you.
The book that changed me was Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson because it taught me about the injustices that take place in our justice system, specifically in the South. It also taught me about, because of bigotry, injustice in the justice system, and the blatant racism by those who partake in the courtroom causes thousands of people of color, people with disabilities, and women wrongfully in jail.
The book that changed me is called The Maze Runner by James Dashner. It is the book that fueled my passion for reading science fiction, and it's also the book that gave me the biggest message about life. The message the book gave me was about being braver in tough situations.
A book that changed me is Whitebird by R.J. Palacio. Whitebird takes place during World War II in France. It gave me great insight into the struggles and hardships people had to go through back then. But this book also showed me that there is beauty and good even in the worst situations.
One of the books that changed me the most was A Light in the Attic by Shel Silverstein. As a child, it really opened my creative mind and showed me that there's more than one way to look at the world.
Our valedictorian is not only an outstanding student, but also a self-proclaimed activist for humanity. Their refusal to conform to binary gender roles has raised Burley's consciousness and inclusivity. Devon's gifts as a writer and as a critical thinker are unsurpassed and incredibly valued by their peers. They are both involved and a leader in various clubs and activities, always looking to add worth and value to Burley's collective community and culture. Devon's kind, quiet, and thoughtful approach to every situation allows each and every individual to feel comfortable, included, and valued. Please help me in congratulating and welcoming our valedictorian for the class of 2020, Devon O'Rourke.
Hello, Burley family, staff, and fellow classmates. My name is Devon O'Rourke, the class of 2020 valedictorian. I can guess that all 8th graders who have been here before, giving or listening to this speech, have had similar questions. We wonder, what will high school be like? How will the teachers, community, and friends be there? Will I be able to manage the work? And what will the future hold for me? However, for the Burley class of 2020, these same questions are shadowed by the pandemic and by the violence that has been going on for many years continuing. The future is even more unknowable as we don't even know what life will look like in September. So what can be done to face an uncertainty unlike anything in recent history? Well, at Burley, I've learned that we can turn to a belief in ourselves. We can stand up with courage and know that we have the strength and the foundation to face whatever it is that's coming next. When feeling the uncertainty of the future, we can take comfort in our time at Burley. I remember laughter, friendship, shared struggles, and the happiness and exhaustion of class trips. I remember watching movies and making friendship bracelets on the way to Washington, D.C. and trying to sleep on the way back. Staying up late with friends and drinking hot chocolate on the camping trip, reading magazines while drinking juice and eating Oreos in 4th grade, and having a sore throat after screaming at our families for hours during Explore More. I know that looking back on these memories will remind me that I can get through anything. When we feel alone, we can remember that our Burley family is always standing behind us, cheering us on and believing in us. An example of this is right now. The staff at Burley, while trying to get through the incredibly challenging task of switching to online learning for months without any experience of doing so, still managed to pull together a meaningful graduation for the 8th graders so that we can celebrate our accomplishments and look back at our time in the school. We can draw strength from knowing that we have successfully met many challenges in the past 9 years leading up to this moment, and we can remember that moving on doesn't mean saying goodbye. What we've learned, our friendships, and the memories we've made will last a lifetime. As we look ahead, it's important to thank all of those who have created this foundation for us. Teachers, coaches, and staff have helped us each and every day. They created a safe space for us to feel supported and loved so we would be comfortable enough to find ourselves and grow as people. I want to give thanks to our families for supporting us through our Burley careers and to our friends for the years of laughter and love. With all that we have learned and shared together, let's go forward with the courage to continue growing into the people that we want to be. I hope that you can all find new passions and improve on the ones you already have, join new clubs or sports, take a class you never thought you'd like, and push yourselves out of your comfort zones. We've learned at Burley that the best way to grow is to put yourself out there and try your hardest, and I know that all of us can rise to any occasion. We can make a difference in the world, and we can help while living in a time where many changes need to be made. Embrace your futures with pride, and remember that our time at Burley has prepared us more than we may realize. Each and every one of us is going in our own separate direction, and after spending time with each other for years, it's hard to imagine my life and my school any other way. However, we are all independent and can use our own strength to persist through these big changes and hard times. After all, as we repeat every day at Burley, if it is to be, it's up to me. Thank you and stay well.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break.
I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space.
With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way.
Because I'm happy.
I belong if you feel like a room without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
I belong if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
I belong if you know what happiness is to you.
Because I'm happy.
I belong if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Here come bad news talking this and that.
Yeah, give me all you got and don't hold it back.
Yeah, I should probably want it, I would just fine.
Yeah, no offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why.
Because I'm happy.
I belong if you feel like a room without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
I belong if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
I belong if you know what happiness is to you.
Because I'm happy.
I belong if you feel
happy.
If you feel like a room without a roof,
Because I'm happy.
if you feel like happiness is the truth,
Because I'm happy.
if you know what happiness is to you,
I'm happy.
if you feel like that's what you want to do,
Because I'm happy.
if you feel like a room without a roof,
Because I'm happy.
if you feel like happiness is the truth,
Because I'm happy.
if you know what happiness is to you,
Because I'm happy.
if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Come on.
Once I was a burly kid, walking down the halls, even though the school was small. Once I was a burly kid. It was a big, big world, but together we were bigger. Our teachers pushed us to the limits, we were learning quicker. By the playground, drawing chalk and playing who could get her. Never big, so we were out trying to win a sticker. Once I was 11 years old, I picked myself up. When I was hurt, I got up and kept moving. Once I was 11 years old. I always had that dream like the students before me. So I started writing essays, started writing stories. Trips took me far from home. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm growing. Cause I only love these ones, the ones I worked at Burley. Once I was 12 years old, the stress year came. Fighting so hard to get straight A's. Once I was 12 years old. I only see my goals, I don't believe in failure. Cause I know I'll raise my hand and maybe get an answer. I got my friends with me, at least those in my favor. And if we don't leave class, I hope maybe I'll see you later. Once I was 13 years old, our stories got told. I was learning about everything I saw before me. Once I was 13 years old. Now I am 14 years old. Coronavirus came, wiped out graduation and the kickball game. Now I'm 14 years old. We're still learning about school, high school is coming soon. So I can bring my knowledge and sing my lovely tune. But now I'm looking back, watching past years going by. I never thought that this was how I'd have to say goodbye. Soon I'll be 15 years old. My teacher got 61, remember middle school and life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope I get to visit Burley once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 16 years old. I think the world is cold. Travel around the world and go exploring. Soon I'll be 16 years old. Soon I'll be 18 years old. I'll be setting new goals. I'll travel around the world and make some money. Soon I'll be 18 years old. Once I was a burly kid, walking down the halls, even though the school was small. Once I was a burly kid. Once I was a burly kid.
Welcome 2020 graduates. Today is for you. It's not only the culmination of your journey through Burley's curriculum, events, and community. It's also a celebration of your discovery, courage, and unity in a difficult time in our world. Today is so much more than your 8th grade graduation. It is every moment from the day you were born leading up until this very moment. From tiny memories to life-changing events, we come together to honor and celebrate your hard work, determination, tenacity, and expertise, which exemplify the characteristics of Burley School as a student, community member, and global citizen. They all add up to make you the class of 2020, and I couldn't be any prouder. Along with the usual challenges of growing up, you have had to deal with the added pressures of social mediums, racial and gender disparities, school shootings, and climate change. And now, a global pandemic. Every generation has a defining moment, a collective experience that will leave an indelible mark on each member. It becomes part of the fabric that defines who you are and ties you together in ways that last a lifetime. Although we have not had all the traditional Burley 8th grade graduate experiences together, that does not change the legacy and impression you have left on Burley. Together, you make sacrifices to make the community safer and healthy for all of humanity. You sacrifice so much for the sake of others to do the right thing, as a shining light of hope for the future. On behalf of all of us, thank you. Many of you had been at Burley since kindergarten, or even as far back as pre-K, so you have had the benefit of a complete Burley education. Your many years at Burley have brought successes and challenges alike, and as a community, we continue to grow together, pushing each other towards excellence. As your time with us comes to a close, we celebrate your great potential, inquisitive spirit, and lessons learned that will propel you through the challenges and successes you will face in your journey through life. Not only have you excelled academically, but you have achieved recognition in sports, music, and community service as well. You have a special gift of leaving your mark wherever you go, so people remember you for years to come. You are here on this virtual stage today because each of you not only met the academic criteria, but also because we believe you are ready to make a difference in our society. Through reading powerful literature, learning about history, and participating in classroom community meetings, you have learned that history does not inevitably repeat itself. Individuals can and do make a difference. These differences can be small and large, from helping another in need to evoking thinking and action that inspires all generations. Burley has empowered you to be kind, compassionate, ethical, and hardworking people with respect for others in our world, to make sacrifices for the collective good and to do what is right, not just what feels good. You have become individuals that ground yourself in lasting values and don't walk silently by, but having the courage to build communities, act with kindness, and stand up for what is right to truly influence and change the world. Everyone will make mistakes, but listen to your truth in your heart and be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Build a community. No one does big things by themselves. Stand up for one another's rights. Stand against injustice and the things that divide us: sexism, racism, prejudice, status, greed, and set the world on a different path. Community only works when we not only think about ourselves, but also about each other. When you see wrong, inequalities, or injustice, speak out, because this is your community and world. The world we live in is the world we create for all of us as a collective society. And your voice has power and the ability to make a difference. Your voice will shape the future of our society, a voice of integrity, compassion, and inclusiveness. Burley has provided you the tools to analyze situations you encounter as agents of change. During your time here, you have explored how your personal identity impacts society, investigated how group membership can influence perception and choices, and reveled in the legacy that survivors, resistors, and those who choose to participate, no matter what the cost, can achieve. It is now that I challenge you to make a promise to leave Burley with the intentional strength and capacity to take risks, stand up for what is right, and choose to participate in the positive you find in the world. I ask you to hold this question in your mind, a question that has stood the test of time and been asked by leaders worldwide. If not us, who? If not now, when? Since Burley is a literature and writing school, you are walking anthologies of the books you have read. We choose those books carefully, books to make you laugh, books to make you cry, books to make you think and find your humanity. Books to see yourself in addition to expanding your empathy and understanding of others that you might not know, understand, or experience. My parting advice is best offered through your literature journey at Burley. Listen carefully throughout your experience in life and challenges you face, and connect with the characters and themes that you have explored that changed you as a person. So today, you are setting off on your next adventure. You are starting a new chapter in your life, and what makes beginning so thrilling is the unknown. What is vital is this initial confrontation with the unknown and how you decide to embrace it. The world is waiting for you. Explore it through your own humanity. Be guided by your higher self. Don't be dissuaded or discouraged, but do allow yourself to be sidetracked and explore different paths and directions. Get off the fast track, off the grid, go out and wander, explore, wonder, and enjoy the simplicity and beauty in life. Have the courage to fail. Pick yourself up again and learn from your mistakes. Be strong in your convictions and persevere in the face of challenges. I hope that you will commit yourselves to the pursuit of peace, to the practice of tolerance and compassion, to be a voice for those that have no voice, and to be good stewards to our precious earth. Go as far as you can possibly dream. Pursue every ambition. Be a generation to embrace a new responsibility, a responsibility to be a leader and role model for your community. The world has changed, and you will determine how we rebuild. I ask that you make your community your priority. Congratulations on your success at Burley and continued success in high school, college, and beyond. There is no doubt in my mind that the class of 2020 is going to do amazing things. We are ready for the class of 2020 to change the world. I'm very proud of each and every one of you, and I will miss you tremendously. You will always be part of the Burley family, and Burley will always be your home.
Each year, we take a moment to honor students who stand out and embody two specific outstanding qualities. The first quality, our Citizenship Award, is presented to two graduates who have consistently demonstrated through their words and actions that they are outstanding citizens. These students embody the ideals of inclusivity, empathy, and kindness with all people they have encountered throughout their Burley career and have made exemplary contributions to the class community. We are honored to present our first Citizenship Award to Ariana Marchand. Ariana embodies every quality of a positive community leader. She makes a point to get to know every person in the building with a smile and kind words, and she approaches new people and situations with an open mind and a helping hand, no matter how old or young they may be. She has met each success and challenge she has encountered at Burley with the same infectious, positive attitude which radiates to everyone who comes in contact with her. Our Burley community is honored to present Luke Sharba with our second Citizenship Award. Luke is a person that always puts others above himself. He has a kind and gentle approach to every endeavor and classmate, which makes him someone that all the 8th graders feel they can go to for any question they have in the classroom or in life. He is kind in moments where no one is watching and finds moments to help others in need whenever he can. He has a calm and quiet confidence that puts everyone at ease, and he makes Burley a better place to learn and grow.
The Academic Achievement Award is presented to 2 graduates that have made exemplary academic contributions to their classroom during their time at Burley. We are honored to present our first academic award to Dasha Dworkin-Cantor. She sets the tone for the classroom with her dedication, focus, and unbridled enthusiasm for learning. She is thoughtful, analytical, and loves a challenge. The depth of her preparation, focus, and commitment to her work in all academic areas is astounding. She is known as one of the most disciplined and focused learners in her grade, and it has been said that distractions never get to her. She has a laser focus. Her commitment and dedication will support her academic and overall success for years to come. Our Burley community is honored to present Eden Harris with our second academic award. Eden approaches every experience she has as an opportunity to learn more about a topic, an event, or herself as a learner. She is committed to always completing high-quality work and does what it takes to do her very best. She is always asking the next question and is eager to dive deep into every topic in every subject area. Some teachers have been known to say that she is the poster child for academic grit and will work to no end on something that, if that's what it takes to do her very best. Her fortitude, focus, and determination will always be an amazing asset in everything she conquers.
Congratulations to all the award winners and welcome to everyone. My name is Brian McCormick. I'm one of the 8th grade teachers. I'd like to start by adding my thanks to the amazing Ms. Fournier, our director, and the phenomenal tech team with Ms. Skiba and Mr. Rowe for pulling all these fantastic pieces together. And now the reason we are here today to introduce, celebrate, and to virtually present diplomas to the members of the phenomenal, amazing, and resilient class of 2020. Our first classmate classmates see this first graduate as hardworking, energetic, and ceaselessly optimistic. She hopes to make it as a singer and to change the world by launching a renewable energy company. Abby Radis. This next graduate brings the fun and the funny, his friends say, and he's always willing to help friends or table mates with a problem. Observers predict he's going to combine his amazing artistic talents and his gaming passion to become a game designer one day. Aiden Olson. This member of the class of 2020, who aspires to be an actor or a lawyer, says she is happiest when she's singing, playing basketball, or hanging out with friends. And her friends say she can hang with them anytime because she's so supportive and hilarious. Alexa Losa. With her ability to reach out and relate to everyone, this graduate makes the Burley class of 2020 more of a community. She hopes for a creative career as an actress or designer and for warmer climes by someday moving to California or Arizona. Annabelle Sherman. Classmates say this graduate is a true friend, one who will back you up when you're right and call you out when you're wrong. Oh. Uh-oh. We're on the wrong face here. Sorry, this is, did we go out of order? I'm sorry. Should I go to, okay, we've introduced Annabelle, yes. I will say it again. With her ability to reach out and relate to everyone, this graduate makes the Burley class of 2020 more of a community. She hopes for a creative career as an actress or designer and for warmer climes by someday moving to California or Arizona. Annabelle Sherman. Sorry. Classmates say this graduate is a true friend, one who will back you up when you're right and call you out when you're wrong. Kind and considerate, she also has a tough side, which will help her to achieve her goal of becoming an Air Force pilot. Angelina Amagar. Friends say that as this graduate has come out of her shell and become more extroverted, the entire Burley community has benefited from the amazing insights she shares every day. Her goal is to earn a master's degree and to join the business world. Ariana Marchand. Smart, funny, collaborative, and caring are some of the terms her classmates use to describe her. But in talking about this graduate who came to Burley only in September, one friend pays her the highest compliment of all. Quote, "It feels like she's been here forever." Bethany Poisson. This hardworking, passionate learner puts maximum energy into everything she does. And classmates say she inspires them to be better students by the examples she sets. She hopes to make her mark with the FBI as a special agent or as a forensic scientist. Bridget Cosi. This student athlete is equally adept on a cross-country course, a football field, or a basketball court. He would love to host a sports program one day, but his overriding goal is more simple: to be happy. Brian Malkowski. He dazzles his classmates with his anime art and keeps them in stitches with his sense of humor. Friends say he needs to go pro as an animator one day. Brian Lerpredist.
This graduate, who friends describe as positive, kind, and caring, loves basketball. He wants to make a career out of it, but not as a player, as a coach. Charles Luna. He can make anyone laugh, and his positive energy is contagious. He is torn between becoming a YouTuber or a marine biologist, and his favorite memory was taking the stage at the school dances. We all remember that. Daniel Figueroa. Classmates say she always has a kind word for anyone, about everyone. She loves nurturing her creative side with art and dance, and she hopes to become a physician or a professional writer. Dasha Dworkin Cantor. He sees himself as an outgoing, book-loving computer geek. Classmates say he is one of the most caring and empathetic members of the class of 2020. David Dubakin. While this talented pianist loves to perform, what he really wants to do is direct, and his friends say with his creative talent, he'll be the next Spielberg or Scorsese. David Ritzk. She can talk to anyone, and she always has considerate of other people's feelings, friends say. But they add that this graduate is no wallflower. She is a confident person who stands up for herself and for others. Destiny Tate. A born leader and a conscientious raiser, this Burley 8th grader is admired for their creativity, kindness, and integrity. They hope to continue pursuing LGBTQ+ activism in high school and beyond. And they say a career that allows them to be creative would be amazing. Devin O'Rourke. Some friends predict, while acknowledging he is a talented pianist and athlete, this graduate says his best talent is the ability to smile through difficult times, a skill that came in very handy with the trials we all face this year. Friends add that he is charming and inclusive, suggesting a great occupation tied to these talents, owning a bar. Diego Valenciana. Some friends predict this member of the class of 2020 will be a future captain of industry. Others say she is destined to become a great personal trainer. She says any career direction will need to wait until after she graduates from the University of Michigan. She adds that her favorite Burley memory was performing the Hanukkah medley at the Holiday Hoopla. Eden Harris. We've seen this graduate literally walk into a room full of strangers and walk out as everyone's new BFF. Classmates say that that's due to her inherent kindness and concern for others. Luna Favaro.
This graduate, who aspires to become a physical therapist after her Olympic swimming career is over, wants to thank Charles and Annabelle for making her laugh till she cried every day in 7th grade math class. When asked to choose 3 words to express her feelings for Burley, she could only manage one: family. Ella McMahon. This graduate should tap into her empathy and her passion for social justice by being an aid worker in some troubled part of the world, classmates insist. She sees her career path in terms of the AAA, as an author, actor, activist. Ella Price. Sorry, I think we went out of order here. This graduate is flying high at the same time she's squeezing into tight spaces, since she is a talented aerialist and contortionist. She'd love to join Cirque du Soleil one day, although she also hopes to become a therapist. Ellie Beeler. Classmates view her as the class of 2020's iconoclast, using words like unique, daring, and self-assured to describe her. They add that her personal sense of style and her unflappability are also iconic. Ella Sharp. This talented painter, dancer, and musician clearly enjoys creative expression, and she hopes that music, dance, and the visual arts are her livelihood in the future. She also enjoys the relative solitude of rural Michigan and plans to live in the woods. Emma Esterline. Kind, funny, and inclusive, this is one of those rare individuals that everyone loves to talk to and hang with. Whatever he does in life, classmates predict it will involve his athletic skills. Manny Garibay Cortez. This animal lover's friends say she should own a pet store or run a zoo, and they point out she is just as kind and caring to the human animals in her life. She says one of her most valuable skills is keeping her cool under pressure. Erica Musinski. He loves nothing more than a spirited debate or a game of chess, and friends say he is tough to beat at either. His goal is to become president of the US. His backup plan is playing in a band, which he adds would be the coolest life. Etienne Laflamme. While this graduate is kind and caring in the classroom, she's a demon on the volleyball court with a killer spike. She loves to draw, and her dream job would involve her other passion, cooking. Avelia Rios. With her kindness, patience, and intelligence, classmates hope this member of the class becomes a teacher or a therapist in the future. One friend says she should channel those skills and her calm, unflappable personality to become a yoga instructor. Gabby Laval.
This graduate is a problem solver. Friends say that when they're struggling, he's always the one who shows them how to get from point A to point B. And he always does it with a smile and with a lot of goofy humor. George Lefebvre. She sees herself as an ambivert, shy and introverted at first, but outgoing and a nonstop chatterbox once she gets going. And friends say that's fine with them because with her intelligence and humor, they could listen to her all day. Grace Crotty. This, there she is. This highly analytical thinker brings unique insights to every class discussion, enhancing the learning experience for the entire Burley community. Friends say she's easy to talk to, which may explain why talking seems to be her favorite pastime. Haley Glazer. Burley just wouldn't be Burley without her, one of her classmates says. She prides herself on being hardworking and compassionate, and career aspirations include photographer and diverse learning teacher. Hannah Clemens. To be Burley's most voracious reader is really saying something, but this graduate clearly holds that title. And this future stand-up comedy superstar is widely admired for being inspiringly and unapologetically himself. Hans Furr. This graduate is an upstander who lives by his strongly held beliefs and convictions. His paradoxical character traits, strong-willed and tough, kind and empathic, are reflected in his two career goals, NFL player and nurse. Jacob Szymanski. Creative, funny, and kind are the words most frequently used to describe this member of the Burley class of 2020. And this star volleyball player has a very interesting career goal, designing custom footwear. Jackie Rios. This grad is driven and single-minded in her desire to be a great artist. Notebooks, tabletops, even her own hands. No surface was safe as she plied her craft. One look at her finished work will tell you this: practice makes perfect and beautiful art. Kate Herlihy. Kind, funny, and relentlessly positive. This graduate is the one classmates turn to when they need help understanding a challenging new concept. And she's never met a playing field, track, or court she couldn't dominate. Lillian Cohen. Friends say he is great in a crisis, so he's the one they turn to when times get tough. He must have had a very busy year. A master of mindfulness, he doesn't dwell on future plans. He prefers to devote his energies to being happy in the here and now. Logan Weiss.
He is a gamer and a comedian and a real scientific thinker. This Burley graduate will be the first to put these skills together and make a career as the first comedic gamer on the moon. Louis DeCastri. So you are the moral compass for your class, and you're a math and science genius. What do you think of that? Engineer, professor, president of the US? Who are you kidding? The guy's gonna open up a pie shop. Luke Sharba. Burley's most ardent equestrian. This graduate is the most often lauded for her kindness and her unwavering positivity. Not surprisingly, she sees herself working with animals one day. Maddie Zendejas. Feeling down, need a shoulder to cry on, or just someone to cheer you up with a smile or a joke? Friends say this grad is one to call on. They expect she will use this skill very effectively one day, either as a therapist or an attorney. Maddie Simone. While this prolific artist clearly knows her way around a painting studio, she sees her true talent as being a devoted and supportive friend. Those friends return the compliment, saying she will either be a widely successful artist or a great TikToker. Is that even a thing? McKenna Ruxegger. Burley's resident polymath. This graduate's knowledge and insight seem to span across the entire academic spectrum. How will he harness all of that intellectual firepower? Cure cancer? Make the world safe for democracy? Nope, he wants to rock. Hendrix, Clapton, Prince, Interlandi, Mike Interlandi. For most of us, games involve joysticks or VR glasses. When this graduate plays computer games, he builds them from scratch. Friends admire his willingness to share his feelings and the firmness from which he holds all convictions. Nick Lee. Sports commentator, comedian, professional hockey player are just some of the career paths classmates say this member of Burley class of 2020. One friend said he can make anyone laugh. Nico Gill. Whether he makes it to the big leagues or settles into a career as a sports journalist, baseball will always be a part of this graduate's life. But friends say he is much more than just a great athlete. He's one of the kindest people they know, and he has one word for them for what made him that way. Burley. Noah Nelkin. This graduate's empathy is only a sixth sense. She always seems to know when I need cheering up, and she always knows how to make me feel better, one friend tells us. She also is outgoing and self-confident, which one classmate says could make her a great politician one day. Ophelia Reyes.
She's driven by an intrinsic motivation to succeed, and classmates say she is the hardest working student they know. That drive and work ethic, in addition to her kindness, will serve this graduate well as she strives to become a physician. Pimrisa Julamoki. Friends say that with her caring attitude and her ability to talk to anyone, this graduate should follow in her parents' footsteps and become a social worker or a therapist. She's not looking that far down the road. She's looking to high school and college with plans to pursue her passion for volleyball. Sammy Temkin. He makes it look easy with his casual style, but this academic athlete standout puts in the work to get the results. Friends say that in addition to making contributions in every class every day, he provides some of the best comic relief too. Sam Niffen. This soccer standout hopes to play in high school and college, Columbia no less, and he'd love to make it to Munich to play on their world-class youth team. Friends say he should apply his encyclopedic knowledge of the world by becoming a historian, but he'd like to try journalism. Sam Motznick. I've known her for 11 years and she has always been the most grounded person in the class, one friend observes. Hopefully she'll be able to keep her feet on the ground as she reaches for the stars as a singer. Sydney Nelkin.
Friends, family, and guests, please join me in celebrating Burley's graduating class of 2020. We're very proud of you.
Nights flying down 10, nearly 2 a.m. Happiness begins. Days lifted in a haze. We were just a phase. We were just pretend. I remember the lows and highs. We threw our hands up, palms out to the skies. It was fun when we were young and now we're older. Those days when we were broke in California. We were up and down and barely made it over. But I'd go back and ride that roller coaster. It was fun when we were young and now we're older. Those days that are the worst, they seem to glow now. We were up and down and barely made it over. But I'd go back and ride that roller coaster with you. Faith led me to the clouds, reaching for the ground, 'cause life was upside down. Now everything's changed, but we found better days, but I still hear the sound. I remember no lows and highs. We threw our hands up, palms out to the skies. It was fun when we were young and now we're older. Those days when we were broke in California. We were up and down and barely made it over. But I'd go back and ride that roller coaster. It was fun when we were young and now we're older. Those days that are the worst, they seem to glow now. We were up and down and barely made it over. But I'd go back and ride that roller coaster with you. Yeah, with you. With you. With you. But I'd go back and ride that roller coaster. It was fun when we were young and now we're older. Those days are the worst, they seem to glow now. Down and barely made it over. But I'd go back and ride that roller coaster. Nights flying down 10, nearly 2 a.m. Happiness begins.